Hello everyone, welcome to Realistic Realtors with Superior Coaching School. I'm Bill and this is Nick. And one thing that sets our coaching program apart is we're all about putting action into play. We want realtors to put their master plan in becoming successful into play right away. So we will give you the steps today to take you right now into a better plan and build your business right now. And today, we have lesson number 12 with successful business planning. And I have my business partner here, Nick, who is, trust me, an expert coming to build a business with Facebook. So Nick, please sprinkle all your knowledge about Facebook on everyone.
Well, I appreciate that, Bill. I wanted to start with a quote from Bill Gates, actually, that he says, if your business is not on the internet, then your business is going out of business. And so I think that's just very important to note. And we're going to go over a lot of stuff about Facebook today, and I think Facebook really was built for realtors. Real estate agents, if you're not on Facebook and if you're not using it actively, you're slowly losing business because more and more people are using Facebook and its tools every single day to improve their business. So let's start with some knowledge about when are the best times to post on Facebook, okay?
I don't know, Nick, tell me, because I'm one of those people that need this lesson. So I'm going to take notes as you go.
Exactly. So when you're thinking about posting on Facebook, because Bill, you do post, but you might not realize that the best times of day to post in the morning before people wake up. If you're the first person up, if you're up early like we are, right? I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you're up early, post as soon as you wake up. Because when someone else wakes up after you, what's the first thing they're going to do?
Open up their phone, look at Facebook.
Exactly, they're checking their notifications.
And you'll pop up.
And you're the first one there, right at the top of their feed. So do it first thing in the morning before everyone wakes up. Second thing you want to do is you want to post at lunchtime, right? When a lot of people work during the day and they're getting off work, or some people who perhaps go eat alone, they're going to be on their phone all the time, looking at Facebook. Third, you're going to want to post right after people get off work, generally between 6 and 8. And in the evenings, that's when a lot of people have the highest engagement on their posts. Now, you might be asking, well, where am I going to post? Do I need a business page on Facebook? The answer is always 100% yes, okay? You want to make sure that you have a personal page that is active on Facebook, but you also need to make sure you have a business page. So, Bill, as you know, right, when you have a personal page on Facebook and you're sharing content, there's a lot of people on there that just share everything all day long, right? They're just addicted to Facebook, right?
Right.
And part of the reason for that is because there's just so many people always on there. So, as you see some statistics here, there's 500 million active users on Facebook. 50% of them use it every single day.
Wow.
Isn't that just a lot of people, right? And so when you have that many people on repetitively every day, they share a lot of the same things. Don't we see the same people on Facebook all the time?
All the time.
And if we know that the same people are going to be on Facebook all the time, you know generally what they're looking for, right? You know what interests them. And so to stand out from the 500 million people actively on Facebook, right? What you want to realize is that you got to post content that's relative to your audience. And so audience can also mean your demographic. Bill, would you say your demographic is, let's say, over 35?
Definitely over 35. But what I'm hearing from you is that you're educating yourself on you looking at Facebook on how to post to the people out there.
Exactly. You want to look at who is liking and engaging with your posts and your content. And then what you want to do is you want to start posting content that panders to them, right? So I'll give an example. If you know that, for example, for people of my generation, 35 and under, you got millennials that generally are going to be on Facebook a lot. They might be going more to sporting events. They might be more engaged with alumni participation, stuff of that nature. These are all easy topics that we can connect with people on Facebook. Did you know that some of the largest Facebook groups in the world are alumni groups, right? And these are places where you can become a leader in your community on Facebook simply by commenting and liking posts. Now, Facebook has recently added many different qualifications and titles where you can now become a conversation starter or a top fan in your groups on Facebook. Now, what this does is allows your posts and your comments to be seen by more people. All you got to do is comment. And what is that? Totally free. right?
So someone like me who's not strong with Facebook, and if I'm a Duke Blue Devil fan, you would say go join one of their groups or just comment about Duke, the Blue Devils. That will help grow your listeners?
Yeah, a couple different things. I'd say, first of all, I would join their alumni group, and you'll probably see people on there saying, hey, I'm moving to the area. Those people you want to direct message and reach out about real estate. You'll also just want to comment on anything, about the state of the sports teams, the programs, and what's going on with the university, perhaps, expansions that are happening. But again, really what it comes down to, I'll get back to this, is identifying your audience. And so as you see here, again, 54.8% of all Facebook users are between the ages of 25 and 54, right? So over half.
I'm still in that bracket.
Yeah, but half of all the users there are within this age range. And what that shows you is that what's unique about this is that if you look at National Realtor Association statistics, right, on the average age of first-time home buyers, it's now under 35. It's a lot of new first-time home buyers getting into the market. They're under 30 who are now buying. And again, 50%, I bring this up in a lot of our programs, 50% of all home buyers that bought last year saw the home they eventually bought first online. It used to be the other way around, right? How did it used to work? It used to be the agent would call the lead and tell them, here's some homes you should see, right?
Right, but are you telling us that a lot of buyers now are under the age of 35? If that's so, how do we target them on Facebook?
Well, I guess the first step was what I mean is you first have to buy into the you got to buy into the thought that Facebook is so important because look, again, just the statistics.
It's obvious.
There's so many people using it in that range. And so if the age group of first-time home buyers and buyers in general is between 25 and 54, and over half of the 500 million active users on Facebook are using Facebook, right? That's where you should be targeting a lot of your marketing.
Okay.
Right? So let's talk about some marketing ideas, right? And what you want to post, because again, content is really, really key. And so one thing that we do, and a lot of realtors take advantage of, really good realtors, is that they post listings in their market, and that they don't necessarily have to be their own listings. Now, what's key about this is that if you post a bunch of listings, it makes you look really good.
Right. It looks like you're busy.
It looks like you're very busy, right? And you're posting live video when you're showing homes. Again, it could just, a lot of people on Facebook, believe it or not, they listen or they watch videos and they don't turn the sound on. So a key factor to posting videos natively on Facebook, which means you are actually taking a video, not just sharing it, but posting it yourself or creating a live video, make sure you have subtitles. Make sure you have a catchy picture on the front, that thumbnail, that allows people to know what it is you are talking about. And then if you subtitle or closed caption your videos, more people will engage with it. And what that does is it builds your audience. And again, really what it comes back to is content. What are you posting? Bill, don't you see all the time some of the most engaged comments and posts on Facebook are just funny?
Yeah.
Right? Just being yourself.
You get more views, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, even describe, like you're out with college buddies from UConn, right?
Yep.
And you're reconnecting. What's the first thing that everybody does, right? They go and take a picture.
Take a picture.
And where's the first place they put it?
You put it on Facebook.
And what does that do for you as far as tapping into their social network? Because you might not necessarily have 10,000 friends on Facebook, but if your friends do, and they tag you in it, right?
I can get to know them.
You get to know them. And again, what we always say is a friend of a friend is a referral.
Right.
And that's what Facebook is really built upon, is that it's connecting people. So I always say this, and I challenge everybody listening right now to go out and do this. If you have, in our previous lessons, we taught about growing your sphere and putting together a list of your top 100 for your sphere. Take that and apply it to Facebook, and go to Facebook. Make sure you're connected with everyone on Facebook in that sphere. But then take it one step further. Go through your pictures. Go through old documents that are in old videos. See if you have a couple pictures and videos that you could post as a throwback, because you can repurpose your content and tag them in those pictures and videos. And be funny, be yourself. And that'll be something that kind of relates. I'll put it this way. If you were trying to reconnect with someone after many years, and you could just, and you're just going to shoot them a text, what's another way that you could do that on Facebook, right? You could tag them.
You could tag them.
On
I
a
would
different video.
shoot them an old photo of you two together.
Don't you see that happen all the time on
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yep.
Yeah.
More and more, I think. More and more.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think so. And so I think, going live and interviewing people as well, like if you're having a reunion, right? Like, so how many people are at some of these reunions that you've been to? Man.
500 or 600 people, but Nick taught me how to do a Facebook Live just the other day, and it really wasn't hard. I was really kind of scared. And guess what? There's other people out there listening that are like, I can relate to Bill. It was easy. He told me how to do it over the phone, and we were having a Zoom call, and I just sent out a reminder. And then the next day we had a lunch and learn for our real estate company, and I just sent out a reminder. And actually 2 people came to lunch and learn because they totally forgot about it, even though I sent them an Evite a week before. So I'm realizing how important that Facebook Live is.
Well, it's because it just gets shown to everybody, and Facebook really pushes it out to people. So when you're doing that live video, though, what were some of the keys that you're trying to remember? The who, the what, the where, the why, right? And if you just remember to do that, and you just be yourself, just be natural. Again, I always just say, just some review, when you're thinking about content, tagging people that are in your sphere, that have a large network, is so key. Making sure that you are sharing into different groups and going live and sharing relevant content. Again, your alumni groups can be huge. It doesn't matter what kind of social network you're part of. It could be a bowling league, right? We bring up, right? It could be anything. Your networks and, your neighborhood communities. Be a leader in them. That means it's a two-way road. It's a two-way street. I always say, look, people can see your content. They can like and comment. But can't you like and comment on theirs too?
Sure. So Nick, tell me, if I farm a community called Skybrook a lot, what can I do, or what should I post in their neighborhood Facebook page?
Well, so because you're farming the community of Skybrook, and
Yep.
you've not only lived there, but you've sold a lot of homes there, have a large market share, tell me, you should know a lot of the events that are going on
Sure.
in the community, right? And you might be involved in some of the things like swim team there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, any sort of, again, this comes back to the mindset of what kind of content to post, but anything that revolves around anything that has to do with that community is something you can post on there. So can't you just announce, hey, there's a swim meet next week? The
Sure.
community probably already announced it. But you're just reminding, hey, just want to remind people.
Right.
And maybe you're going to be sponsoring it anyway. Shouldn't you be posting that into that group, letting them know ahead of time that you will be there?
All right, free pizza, come down, watch everyone swim, support the local team.
Exactly. So it's, again, what I always tell everybody is if you've been set in your ways and you've done business for many years one way, it's so easy to just add an extra layer of social media.
Sure.
Just take a picture, create the content, get the video, post it on Facebook. I think that's so key. So again, I think what's really important is just realizing how many people are on Facebook, knowing when to post, in the mornings, at lunch, in the evenings, and then just consistently always being and engaging with your sphere and going through your top 100 list and making sure that you can be tagging them or liking and sharing their content. And the more you do that, the more they'll share you. So,
Yeah, well, one thing you brought up was interesting. I didn't know that you should post first thing in the morning, on the way home from work, at night. I didn't know there was certain times that were better, if it's, morning, lunch, dinner, whatever. I didn't know that.
yeah, so actually one thing that we left out then that brings that up is the stories, Facebook stories. So on your story, they last 24 hours. These are posts that it could be a video, picture, it could be a link on your story. And they last 24 hours, but you can actually swipe up on your phone or on Facebook, and you can see the analytics, and you can actually see when most people viewed and liked and commented on your post. So you can actually do your own kind of research.
So you can see when they responded.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it helps you kind of analyze exactly when
Sure.
you're getting the best response. So I'll tell you what, we're bringing on this week for our interview a special guest, Craig LePage. You and Craig have worked together for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, he's built his business all around, Facebook and social media. You guys have worked together. He's built one of the most successful teams in Charlotte. He does an incredible job, and we're really lucky to have him come here and do an interview with us. And you guys are gonna obviously get the rewards of hearing Craig speak. So we thank Mr. LePage for coming out and doing this interview for us, and we'll see you guys next week.